Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or evening or morning or whenever it is you're sitting down to watch this. Pardon. Today we are at the North Point Woods Nature Preserve. It's another location I've never been, and I know I've been struggling a bit with woodland photography. And yet, here again, I find myself standing in another woodland. However, I'm not here specifically for the woodland. I'm here trying to get some coastal photos. We've had pretty much clear blue skies all day long, but we have some rain in the forecast about 7 p.m. and the marine layer has started coming in. We're about 2.5 hours from sunset, and I'm hoping that that's going to produce some interest in the sky as those rain clouds start making their way to shore. So I come here to Charlevoix so I could access a west-facing beach looking out over Lake Michigan and hopefully pull out some decent shots for sunset. And if we happen to find ourselves an interesting woodland photograph along the way, we'll go ahead and compose that up too. The only thing I'm really worried about is the clouds coming in too quickly, and then we just end up with more gray, muddy skies before the rain arrives. But anyway, even if we don't find any decent compositions, I'm 10 feet in, and this is already shaping up to be a pretty interesting woodland. So it should be enjoyable just for that alone. So if you notice over my shoulder here, I've got a new tripod with a new tripod head, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. Just the tiniest bit of snow left. I know the weatherman says we've got more coming next week. Not bad. Not a bad sky at all. I'll take it. So I know I said I come out here hunting for a west-facing beach so I can get the sunset shots. And I'm here on the north end of North Point. The sun is going to set just there behind those trees. The ice has been breaking up for days. Now I'm just watching it flow back and forth. I think this might be a spot for the wide-angle lens. Yeah, I think so. Just gotta find a stable spot for the tripod. Move down the shore here a little bit. Yeah, I do believe our foreground element is going to be this ice. So there's good benefit to finding your composition handheld, not just using the live view so I don't have to bend over and stick my eye in the viewfinder. But it's a lot easier to get the approximate location of where your camera needs to be without the tripod, and then bring the tripod in and adjust from there. It's a lot easier to fine tune that way, without regard to what kind of tripod or head you have on your tripod. So I think we're going to be right about here. And now the waves are churning a little bit more, and all of the ice is in motion. And I don't feel like boosting my ISO, but I think I've shot this enough. We got about an hour left till sunset, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on and see if I can't find something else before that sun touches the water. Yeah. All right, so we're set up on another shot here, and I think we're probably going to get, after this, we'll probably get one more before that sun gets down. So I think we're pretty much stuck here. This is as close as I'm going to get to a west-facing beach, but the sun is right there, so we're all right. Let me spin you around so you can have a peek-see. Apologies for the audio. The microphone that I have on my GoPro is a Rode mini mic, and it's a directional mic. So every time I turn the camera around away from me, you can't hear me for shit if there's any wind at all. Basically, all I'm doing is explaining that I'm setting up to shoot a panoramic, which is something I've never done before, and I am taking an inordinate amount of time to basically just say that I'm taking a picture to the left, I'm taking a picture straight down the middle, and I'm going to take a little picture to the right and stitch them together in post. Oh, and there you can see the reflection of the Rode mini mic, which is going to be replaced with a omnidirectional lav mic. So again, apologies for the audio, and boy, I am really babbling on to just say I'm taking a picture here, I'm taking a picture there, and I'm taking a picture there. That is telling. But wish me luck. I've never made a panoramic before. And actually I have no idea how to do it. I've never stitched them together in post. So I'm gonna take the pictures. I'm probably gonna take a bunch of pictures and then go home and watch a couple YouTube videos and learn how to do it. Wish me luck. So first of all, having never made a panoramic before and having no idea how to do it when I set out, I'm very pleased with how this came out. This was a success. I taught myself a new skill. Go me. Hindsight being 2020, I wish I wouldn't have shot it at such a wide angle, because it really made that little narrow spit of land seem very, very wide. And that really wasn't what I was going for. And it did make stitching that arcing horizon line a bit of a pain in the ass. But composition issues aside, I am absolutely over the moon with this. I learned a new skill. Go me. Alrighty, well, it's 5 o'clock. We've completely ignored the woodland. We've got 60 minutes, or just shy of an hour before sunset. I think I'm going to poke my nose to the other side of those trees right there and see what can be seen over there. And I think we're going to do it by way of the woods, rather than just walking around the coastline. I think we're gonna take a little walk through the woods and see if anything pops out at us there. But my priority is not woodland today. I'm very much enjoying the coastline here. It's worth noting that this week's video is sponsored by my wife. I don't have sponsorships. I've got fewer than 200 followers. But if it were not for my wife, I wouldn't be doing this shit. And I gotta tell you, being a kept man absolutely has its benefits. She has purchased in the last, well, from Christmas to this point, she has purchased 5 lenses for me with a plan to buy 1 more. I can't tell you how important it is to have people in your support structure that support exactly what it is that you do. If it weren't for my wife, this channel wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be the happy fucker that I am. And I don't know, probably a lot of other bad things too. But thank you, baby. I love you. So a couple of times I've started talking about my new tripod and my new tripod head. I'm not very good at these things because I keep getting wrapped up in the actual photography. But I have acquired a new ProMaster tripod and a K&H geared head, 3-way geared head, 3-axis. geared head. And how I ended up with the damn thing was a couple of weeks ago. I was taking pictures with my 1-400 lens and had it mounted up on my little travel tripod, and it was like a fart in the wind. It just wouldn't hold still. And of course, I knew that was going to be the case, but I was really surprised at it, and it was pretty immediate. I needed a new tripod. So off to Traverse City to the nearest camera store to me. Boy, I think I lied. I think I'm going to walk around the coastline here. That's looking pretty good right there. Oh, let me just spin you around. Isn't that pretty? Boy, I wish that snow was water with reflections. There's some reflections over here. Let's see what's being reflected. See? Sidetracked by the photography. Yeah, the nearest camera store to me is a 2-hour drive away. So off to Traverse City, purchased the tripod. They did not have they didn't have any geared heads in the store to speak of. As a matter of fact, the proprietor said I was the first person ever to go into that store and specifically ask for a geared head, and ask for one by brand. I was after a Benro. They didn't have any. Of course, they didn't have any at all. So just jumped on Amazon and ordered one, and then ended up promptly canceling it because it was going to take 3 weeks for the Benro to get to me. And I just didn't have that kind of patience. So I continued shopping online, of course, because the next nearest camera store is a 5-hour drive from my house. The next nearest camera store that actually has camera stuff in it. And I was looking at the K&H, and I liked the price tag. I liked the look of it. I liked the heft of it. And they could get it to me in 2 days. So K&H it is. And I couldn't be happier with it at all. And the Pro Master tripod, I opted for the aluminum instead of the carbon fiber, which honestly, it's much heavier than the carbon fiber version, but I gotta believe that over the long run it's gonna last longer. I have heard of instances of guys riding their mountain bikes and breaking the damn things, either through vibrations or crashing. Aluminum is not going to take major abuse, but it's going to stand up a little bit more than carbon fiber. But the whole thing of me going through and simplifying all of my gear and getting rid of a bunch of lenses and just having fewer lenses and fewer things to carry around and trying to lighten the load on my back, I really kind of shot myself in the foot, because 2 of the big lenses that I've purchased are the old white lens EF dinosaurs, manufactured in the late 80s and early 90s, and they are heavy. They're heavy as sin. And right along with this aluminum tripod and this giant geared head, I have added so much weight to my backpack. But I'm a Marine. I'm used to carrying heavy shit, so I can manage it. I'm also a 50-year-old man, or damn near 50-year-old man, and this shit's heavy. I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, I've had this thing on my back for the last couple of hours, and I don't even notice it because I'm having a good time. 10 years in the Marine Corps, doing plenty of hiking with heavy shit on my back. Whatever, it's just weight. But anyway, I've babbled on long enough, and I don't know if I'm wasting light while babbling and missing opportunities, but I don't know if we're going to make it to the other side of those trees. I like what I'm seeing here. All right, let me put you away so I can go find a composition. Well, there's the conundrum we got to face now, isn't it? Do we shoot in this direction with the lovely shadows? Or do we shoot in this direction with the golden light? owl eating a sucker. So I'm pretty enamored just with this puddle right here in these last few minutes. And of course, you know, I went for the shadows as opposed to the light, because right now if I shot in that direction, I'd be in the picture. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying about the precision of a geared tripod head. I'm composed here, and I'm not super happy about these little trees right here. So just to get rid of them, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a hold of this little wheel right here and just turn it. And just fine tune my composition until it's precisely what I want. You can do the same thing with a ball head. It's just, it's not as precise. And I've babbled on too much, and I've lost the light behind a cloud, and I don't think it's gonna come back. It'll come back out from behind that cloud, but it's gonna be behind the trees when it does. So the light is gone from here. So I might not have gotten the shot I was trying to get. And that is just about it for the sun. She's tucked behind a cloud, and the cloud behind which she has tucked extends to Wisconsin. So I think we're gonna wander into the woodland, see if there's anything worthwhile there before the sun completely fades, and then make our way home. Anyway, if this video had any value to you whatsoever, I'd appreciate a like and a subscription, and we'll see you next week.